Yeah, what up, what up, what up?
What's good, y'all?
What's goody?
Back again.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
What up, y'all? Welcome to episode 4. This is 4, right, Kate?
Damn, is it
Yeah,
full?
this is 4. So welcome to episode
Already?
4 of the MC
Episode
podcast.
4. Yes, sir.
Musician Circle, brought to you by YTC and
King K, you already know, man. What's good?
chilling, man. Yo, we got a dope episode ahead. It's another segment of the Producers Corner. So
Right.
really dope. Kay, you want to break down what the show pretty much is for anybody
Okay.
who hasn't tuned in before?
Yeah, if you haven't tuned in, the Musician Circle is we like to bring you into the cipher with dope artists, dope producers, breakdowns, and all aspects of music and the culture. And we like to dive into the producer mind, the artist mind, and see what's really good with them and critique the music, give them some positive feedback and just give them a platform to share some of that great stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, and we, like King said, it's just our way of kind of showcasing and bringing to the forefront a lot of artists and producers that we feel personally and that we think should get a little bit more of the spotlight.
Right.
And it's always done in a positive light. That's one of the
Right.
things that we always want to focus on.
It's positivity, man. No
yeah.
negative shit in here, man. Only positive vibes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And the dope part about it is it gives the viewer the opportunity to, hear something new, find something new, artists, even the producers, you know what I'm saying? Something they might not have lifted their eye up to before. Now they can recognize something different, something new.
Yeah,
you know
definitely,
what
man. And like we always say too, is that me and you, we always bring in different kinds of artists, different kinds of producers. So it gives these artists and producers a little bit more visibility to people or an audience that wouldn't normally be checking for them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm pretty
Right.
sure that the artists that I chose, maybe some of the people, on your side, King, or even you for that matter, would have never heard this guy. But
Right,
now we bring it
right,
up,
right.
and vice versa. So now we bringing that to the forefront. And I think that's a dope part too, man.
And see, the challenge too is that neither one of us know who we're going to get for that week. So I think that also gives a dope kind of process to what we got going on, because YT never know what I'm gonna give him, and I don't know who he gonna give me. And then that to me is dope, because then it's almost like a kid waiting for his gift on Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like, what he gonna give me this week? You know what I mean? So
Yeah, man. And
Yeah.
I think it's another thing that I wanted to bring up was, I think we came up with a good metaphor last week. So this is kind of us bringing it back to the days when you had to rock with an album throughout, like back when you had tapes, you had to play the whole joint throughout. So what we're doing is we're taking everybody's projects and we're listening to them like all throughout. We're not skipping any tracks. We're just playing them
Right.
through and giving our
Right.
feedback and and critiques for that matter.
And I just want to point out something too, real quick. So for the people that do, listen and view, and the people that actually come on the show, rappers and producers, this is for the rappers to get in tune with the producers, and for the producers to get in tune with the rappers. It's a community we trying to build. So it's even more doper for us to see, them networking with each other too, man. So feel free, if you in the chat and you're an artist or you're a producer, man, mingle, man, talk, man, get to know each other, man, because
Yeah.
you never know what somebody got in it, you know what I'm saying, they gift bag. So I think it's dope that, everybody tuning in. If you are that, then why not? You know what I'm saying? That's what the chat is there for. So utilize it, you know what I'm saying? Share, subscribe.
And yeah, I mean, peace to everybody in the chat. Peace to Renato, peace to
Shug
Shug
there. I
is
see
up in
Marak there. What up, Marak?
Peace to Marak. Donnie Joe, what up?
What up, what up?
Thank y'all for coming through and swinging by. We hope you guys enjoy the show, enjoy the music, enjoy the reviews. But yeah, man, I like you said, we want to kind of build a sense of community. So any of the artists or the producers that we bring on, you know, we want them to connect as well and just build,
Exactly.
build this community of just positivity and music, man, because that's what we're all about, man. So, all right, with that being
Right.
said,
Let's get
we're
into the
gonna jump
first artist, man.
into the first artist on tonight's hot list.
Let's do it.
All right, we have it looked like we having some technical.
Hey, who's the IT guy? Shoot the IT guy.
This is all being done live, so you got to pardon us for any technical mishaps that might happen. So with that being said, our first producer on Producer's Corner episode of Musician Circle is Goonie. Now Goonie is from Franklin, New Jersey, and this is King K's pick. King K,
yes,
you want to break down a little bit more on Goonie?
Yeah, man, Goonie's from Franklin. He's been doing this for a long time. His I don't even know what, outside of the fact that he's just an all-around great producer. Like, sometimes it's hard to describe something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's mad versatile. All genres of music, hip hop, reggae, gospel, R&B, soul. The list goes on and on with Goonie, man. I know he's been doing this for a long time. He was in the group Arno Productions for a while. And I'm pretty sure they still work together sometimes, but what stands out is his tags. Goonies never say die. Remember the Goonies? The movie.
I mean, I was going to bring that up, but I'm gonna bring that up when I review.
Word, but
yeah,
Goonies somebody to be familiar with, man. He's done work with some artists in the industry. He's done a joint for 50, Jim Jones, if I'm not mistaken, and a lot of local artists, man. He got his hand in a lot of different pots, man. So he's an incredible producer, man.
Yeah, man. And when I went through this project, I'm just gonna I'm gonna put the links in the chat right now so you guys can check out the albums.
Yeah, man, give it a listen, man.
Yeah.
And with that selection, it's all kinds of vibes on there, man, that you can get into. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of vibes. And remember, all this is preference too, man. You know what I'm saying? And most of the artists and producers we pick is strictly from our taste. But not to discredit anybody else's. So you can always just take a listen. If you like it, that's what's up. If not, then we probably got something for somebody else. But don't be no stranger, man. Show some love. Some support.
All right, so let's hop into some snippets on Goonies project. Goonies project was called, my bad, I don't even have it.
Banana on the Beach, Volume
3. All right, so let's get into some snippets of Bananas on the Beats, Volume 3 by Goonie.
All right.
Here we go.
Word. That's hard. That's real funky.
That shit crazy.
Right. Leave a comment in the chat, fellas. What y'all think?
Woo.
That's hard. Go.
You know I had to put this one on, man.
I already knew that.
You knew that
when I heard it. I was like, yeah.
Hey.
I like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Of that.
You know, this is right down my lane right here, boy.
Yeah, real smooth.
Yeah.
Real smooth. You know what I'm saying? Vintage. I like it. Yeah. Yeah, watch the pod. I agree with you, man. I agree with you all the way. Them chops on the first drum was crazy.
All right, man. Let's give a round of applause.
Round of applause for that, man.
A round of applause for you know, if I can get it up, man. We having some serious technical issues tonight.
Yeah, word. Hey, it's all Twitch too. It ain't our fault.
Yeah,
so,
man. So
Twitch out here acting up.
Word up, man. So, but yo, so Goonie, man, that project was crazy. So, you know, let's let me give you my little breakdown here. So basically that was a beat compilation, but it was 31 tracks. So it took me a while.
Gracious.
It took me a while to get through all of them tracks, man. You know, when we started this, me and Kay was like, all right, we gonna make it EPs. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And then he give me one with 31 tracks.
Hey, yo, that's one of them joints where you can't really decide. You know what I'm saying? Because man, listen, you gave me 10 tracks, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make you work out here, kid.
All right, so my basic basically my feedback. First of all, Goonies was one of my favorite movies as a kid, so he gets, you know, bonus points for that.
That's
I
a fact.
I would have liked more chunk quotes or skits. Some Rocky Road, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, stupid.
But yeah, so you know, I love the name.
Right.
Basically throughout the whole album, so I took a listen throughout the whole album, and I was kind of, you know, trying to pick out kind of things that I was digging that is kind of his signature. So what I realized, my man be going crazy with 808s. Like,
yes.
His 808s ain't no, you know,
regular 808s.
Two note hits, you know, on the 1 and 2. Like, his shit be traveling like 2 octaves, bro. Like, insane.
Almost like they play like keys.
Yeah, he's like playing it like keys. And you know, he got this crazy 808 glide that he does on a lot of his tracks. So I mean, I thought that was dope as well, man. So his 808 game is crazy. His drum fills throughout, like every track had, you know, pieces of it where the drum fills would come in and just fucking smash. Like his transitions with the drum fills were crazy, man. And the drum fill is not, you know, 1 bar. Like this shit is like 4 bars of drum fills, like going nuts. I mean, that was dope, man. I love that shit. Let me see if I can get the link in the chat real quick. But yeah, so you know, the 808's crazy, the drum fills is crazy. The way he chops things, is real unique, and I love it, man. I love the way he chops things. It's real unexpected, to say the least. Because, you know, some of the samples, you know, I've actually heard on Splice before, and I think I might have used 1 or 2 of them that he used on this beat tape. But the way he chopped it up, you know, it's kind of, you know, you wouldn't be able to tell really, you know, if you haven't used it, or if you weren't listening really like that. The piano intros, crazy. The first joint that I played that piano intro was nuts, man. But that's not the only track that he has where his, he goes crazy on the piano game, on the keys. So the pianos were dope. A lot of the beats on this beat tape I felt could be radio ready joints. Got a lot of them, had the trap hats, and and that's cool. Not really, again, not really my cup of tea, but I could definitely tell, like, he knows his shit, and his shit is fire, man. So a lot of radio ready joints. I could hear a lot of the newer younger artists hopping onto his tracks. Really versatile. That's another key point. Is the more you progress throughout the beat tape, you could tell that there was different styles to him. The three that I picked were kind of more my lane, because I just really liked the creative use of sounds that he did in those three. I like when he gets into his soulful bag, because I know he got one.
And I like that bag too.
I love when he hops into that lane. But yeah, man, I mean, I dug a lot of the tracks. There was a lot of tracks that I would actually listen to. But yeah, man, I mean, that's pretty much it, man. As far, if I could critique anything, it's more of a personal preference, but I would love to hear how his sound would be using more realistic hi-hats, or more realistic drum sounds and snares, instead of the normal not normal, but like the kind of trappy
talking about like more analog groove kits, like
how a lot of the times the hats was just that tick. I would love to hear how his stuff would sound over, like drums that sound like actual drums, like I think that would be crazy, man. But
we gonna talk about it. We definitely gonna talk. And I agree on certain things too. What I mean? And we could talk to him and figure out, because he in the waiting room. So after you finish your review, we'll talk and try to build on it. Then what I'm saying, give him some good feedback. But I agree. Everything you said, I agree with everything you said, man.
Peace to everybody in the chat. Shout out my cuz Jay Insight for swinging through.
Oh, we got Jay Fresco in the building.
Fresco, peace.
Peace.
So yeah, man. I mean, that was kind of the only bit of critique that I might have. I mean, other than that, I mean, what can you say, man? My man, polished,
super talented, man.
Yeah, super talented. Musicality, mixes. You can tell he's been doing this for a while. So.
Right. Let's get him up in here and talk to him for a little bit, man. Get him up in here. Yo. We got the chat buzzing tonight.
Yeah, man.
What's good to the Musician Circle family? What's goody?
For real, man. A lot of love, man. A lot of love and respect for everybody who hopped on.
Oh yeah. What up, G? You see us?
It looks like
connected to the audio.
Yeah, it looked like he's still connecting to the audio right now.
Hey, yo, back your face up off the camera. What's good?
Yo, what up?
There you go.
Round of applause, baby.
Time for the applause. What up?
What's the word?
Hey, Goon.
Welcome to the show.
Is there any way that you could put on headphones? Because we ran into this issue.
Yeah.
We ran into this issue last time with Bayani, where it keeps cutting out if you're not wearing headphones.
Okay.
We just want to make sure we hear everything that you're saying.
Understood. Hold on, give me 1 second.
All right, bet. All right. So we got Goon in the musician circle. We basically gonna chop it up with him. See what his thoughts are. We got a couple questions for him on the Bananas on the Beat Volume 3. I said, I put that link into the chat. So if you guys want to check it out, please go support. Please go support these artists. That's what we're here for. That's what this is all for. So,
and that's pretty much what you guys are here for too, as viewers and as participators in the circle, man. Just to show some love to each other. You know what I mean? Yo, check they music out. Follow them, man. Get in tune, get in touch. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you put the bell on all their stuff so whenever they drop something new, man, you get to hear it first and all that. Just show love and support. You heard?
All right. So what up, Goo? Yo,
Oh
welcome.
man, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. How the brothers, man?
Good, man.
Yeah, we
Welcome to the
coolin', brother,
show, man.
coolin'.
Welcome to the
Good.
show.
I appreciate. Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me, man.
Definitely.
Nah, we appreciate you coming, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we trying to just get in tune with the dope producers and dope artists that we know, and trying to give them a platform to showcase their talents. And that Bananas on the Beats is crazy, brother.
Woo!
Oh man, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I appreciate
man.
it. I mean a lot.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so go ahead.
First and foremost, pardon me, why? This is such a dope avenue, like especially for, pardon myself, somebody calling it, especially for up and coming producers and artists. Very dope avenue. So I appreciate y'all for
Appreciate it.
creating this lane, you know, for the exposure and shit. Appreciate that.
Oh, most definitely.
Thank you, man. We appreciate
Word.
that. Word up.
Oh my bad.
Absolutely.
Nah, but
Am
what
I allowed to curse?
Yeah. Nah, we good.
All right,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
all right.
yeah,
Pardon
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Nigga, what the? Nigga, this ain't no Oprah. This ain't Oprah, nigga. The fuck? It's our show, nigga.
Word, no
Nigga,
doubt, no
shit.
doubt.
Oh man. So
Word.
what I was gonna say, Goo, was like, you know, you were King's choice for this week, and you know the special thing about the show is that, you know, a lot of the times I haven't heard any of King's choices before, so it gives me an opportunity. And you the opportunity to kind of reach new ears and get fresh feedback, and you know,
Right.
you know, because a lot of the times, especially if your sound is going to the same people, you don't get a fresh opinion or a fresh take on it.
Right.
But
Right,
yo,
right,
man,
right.
I thought the tape was crazy. A lot of
Man, I
variety.
appreciate it.
You know, I myself am more into the jazzy kind of you know, boom bap stuff, and you had pretty much everything on that. You know, I'm into the weird stuff, so you know, upside down, I was feeling like, you know, some of
Right.
the crazier sounds. So
Yeah, no doubt, no
dope
doubt,
stuff,
no
man,
doubt.
dope stuff. You had any questions, Kay?
Yeah, absolutely. Yo, so my question to you, like we were just talking about the 808s. Before we even get into all of that though, right? And me and Wild was talking about this earlier. As a producer, right? How do you go about picking the order and the actual beats that you decide to put on the tape?
For the most part, I try to go by genre. Like I'll start off maybe with some hip hop, and then like if you noticed in the beat tape, around the middle of the tape, it started to get real R&B-ish. It
Like
started
real
to get
lovish.
real love type, real
right.
booth type. You know,
Right.
I try to separate it like that because you know I grew up in church playing the keys and playing the drums, so you know I'm able to go. Pardon me, 1 second.
Now you good.
GG, wait a second. Go away from the door. I'm doing the interview. Sorry about that, fellas.
All good.
Nah, you good, man.
Yeah,
Man,
so
we got kids too, nigga.
Hey.
yeah, no doubt. So I grew up playing in church, man. So you know that allowed me to have the ability to go across genres. You know what I'm saying? So I try not to put myself in a box.
But I
saying?
love that too, man. And I love when, you know, producers and musicians, you know, don't stay in a box and kind of, you know, you know, they can go outside of there and feel comfortable doing that. You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
still maintain a signature sound too, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Because it's elements. I mean, it's elements that you can use to make sure that, okay, when someone hears this beat, okay, is there something in that beat that they know that this particular producer did that beat?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
Word. So yeah, man.
Yeah. That's dope, man. I like that. And to add on to that, you know, how long have you actually been making like a full-on producer? Like you call yourself, you know, how long you been? I'm a producer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can put a year on that.
Okay. Let's see.
It's 2021 right now.
Oh man, he got things. He doing some math right now.
Look,
he doing some math right now.
Doing some math.
Man, take out that Texas Instruments right now. Hold up.
Nah, shout out to some of my brothers, my brother Nels and my brother Mike Mittens and my brother Fleet Guccione, they kind of introduced me to, at first I just played keys and drums, and then they introduced me to FL Studio, and my bro Nell started teaching me, the specifics of it, because he was already on it for a few years by that time. So this was like back in high school, like 2001-ish, 2002.
So you got about 20 years in the producing game.
Yeah. Definitely. Put a little bit over 10,000 hours.
Hey, word.
That's all you need, right?
Word.
You hit that 10,000. Yeah.
Hey, yo,
Yeah,
why?
man.
And you can hear it too, because the clarity. What I noticed is for more seasoned producers, the clarity in the like you could tell when you're just starting out, if you've been doing it for a few years and if you've been doing it for over a decade. Right. Because the clarity of the mixes, the way you treat the instrumentation, the breakdowns, the build-ups, the character, because the music starts to have personality. Because when I first started making beats, and I don't consider myself a producer, but when I first started making beats, to me, the drum beat was super. Like my cousin Fresh he taught me how to use the MPC. And the main thing that should stand out was the groove, right? Mm-hmm. Drum beats hitting hard. The only thing I couldn't freak was the melodies and all of that. So the drum beat be hard as hell, but the melody be whack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what I learned coming across producers, because I've had a few that actually do music, and why you one of my favorite producers too, because of the arrangement.
I appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying? And Goonie, you too. It be the arrangement sometimes, how you put it together. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you good.
But that was one of the things that I loved about the beat tape was not just the way he put it together, but way he transitioned into different spaces, and Why So Proud in the chat, he even said it's a dope idea to take the listener on kind of a genre journey.
That's dope.
Which is dope, man. I mean, that's kind of why I was, a lot of the reason why I was digging it.
Oh yeah, we got a question in the chat for you, Goonie. Somebody got a question in the chat. They say, what rapper or singer wowed you on one of your productions?
Oh man, what rapper or singer wowed me?
Like as soon as you heard the record.
I would definitely say my bro Marcus Javon.
Oh yeah, word.
I would definitely say he's a singer. He's an R&B singer. I was just amazed. We just released a project called the Vibe Collection.
Right,
shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
That's what we're here for, though, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Plug away.
Yep.
Plug away.
Yeah. So just how I'll send him a beat, or he'll even send me an idea of some vocals that he had already pre-recorded.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I go in and create the music around the vocals. Mm-hmm. And I love to do that. I love creating the music around the vocals.
Right.
Also starting from scratch, but creating the music around the vocals allows me to, kind of tailor fit the music, tailor fit all the elements around the vocal. Make sure that the vocal is, has enough space.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like it's kind of like songwriting. Like it's kind of a a step towards songwriting and not just making beats.
Yeah,
it's like reverse engineering it.
Yeah.
It's like reverse engineering it.
Yeah, most definitely, because the song, the lyrics, they're telling a story, and the music is also telling a story.
That's
right.
Dope.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
Dope.
So yeah,
that's dope. And we spoke about that too, Verb too, because like I said, that was one of the things that stood out to me for him as a producer, because I've actually seen him do that when we was in Brick House. I've seen you go around a track and create a whole new track. I'm like, I didn't even know you can do that shit. What the hell made you do that? You know what I'm saying? But it just opened your eyes onto like different levels of creativity. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's you definitely get star on my book for that, because that takes super talent to do that. That's not normal. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that. Truly.
And the segue into another question, as far as production, what inspires you? Like, who are your biggest influences?
Biggest influences today or just
period?
Just period. Okay,
right.
So, well, I'm a producer, but I'm also an artist as well. I like to pack it all into one. I think being a producer, you can come up with hooks and come up with song concepts and things like that. So,
well, that's what I consider production. I don't just consider production the beat making process. That's just beat making.
Right. Most definitely. But
go continue.
So, I would definitely start off with going back. I would start off with Michael Jackson. And with Michael Jackson, I studied his harmonies, mostly his harmonies and melodies. Even though I love a lot of his records, but my uncle, he used to dub tapes back in the day. So he gave me the Bad album, Michael Jackson's Bad album, and that was the first time I was introduced to Michael Jackson. So I started studying him,
right?
And then I'll bring it up to date. Drew Hill, Music Soul Child. Study now, mind you, I'm studying the harmonies, and y'all haven't heard Verb, you haven't heard my actual music, but I layer my harmonies. Like I might do like 10 harmonies.
Great singer, by the way. He's a great singer, by the way.
10 harmonies at once. But these are the artists that I grew up studying. The year is 1971.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just such a wide range. It's such a wide range of artists. But to bring it up to today, I would say Janae Aiko.
She's dope.
She is definitely one of my favorites. Because I hear so much of myself in her. You know what I'm saying?
The soul. It's the soul part. Yeah. I hear that.
Yeah, definitely. But Drag On, DMX, the whole Rough Riders. Man, I could go on for days.
But that's why I believe you're so versatile, because you're tapped into all these spirits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's dope.
And speaking of spirits, let me not forget God.
Oh, that's a fact. Yeah.
Right? So you talking about Fred Hammond, you talking about Kurt Franklin. Prayers up to Kurt Franklin. I know he's going through a lot right now.
Yeah.
Daryl Coley. So many on, especially on the gospel. Hezekiah Walker, James Hall is one of my most favorite gospel artists of all time.
Hold on, let me write this stuff down, man. No, I could watch the replay.
No doubt.
You know what's crazy about that, G2, is the fact that like all these names you're naming, right? These are all your influence, right? So and the beat tape now, Verb, the beat tape is how many tracks?
It's 31 tracks, man.
And none of it's repetitive.
Yeah, that was one of the feedback that I gave was, it transitioned into, something I could hear on the radio, like radio ready stuff in the beginning, and then it transitioned, like you said, into kind of more the R&B lane, and then it transitioned again into some of the more experimental stuff, which is more like my lane, and jazzy kind of stuff. So
the vintage soulful, so like neo soul hip hop.
Yeah, so I mean,
we need to collab too.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man.
Woo.
Let's go, man. Yeah. That's what we hear.
Whatever y'all do together, I'm rapping on.
That's what this is for. That's what this is for, man.
I might even get Maraka Bayani on some shit too.
Oh man, that would be dope. That would be dope.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, that's dope though. And see what I love about the whole feel of the beat tape is that it's like, even though with so many tracks on there, it still have you wondering about more. Now that's volume 3. Right. I've heard all 3 volumes, but that's volume 3. So for the viewers and the listeners who are just now tuning in or getting to know, and I put the link in the chat too. So if y'all want to check it out, the link's in the chat. Yo, check it out. I'm telling you, it'll grab you, and it's something for everybody.
So one question I wanted to ask, before we wrap it up, was the 808s, man. So that's one thing I noticed about every single track. And I told King this, before you came on, and I was like, yo, the 808s is crazy, man. Like, these 808s traveled like at least 2 octaves, man. Like, and the arpeggios was crazy, man. Like, and all the sounds. So how are you treating your 808s? Are you playing it like as you would play the keys? Is that how you do it, or are you drawing them in, or?
That's exactly how I do it. I start off just playing the 808s on the keys, and then it might be a few notes where I want to do something else. So, and then I'll go in and take those particular notes to where I hear, you know what I'm saying, I want them to be.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like, I play everything on the keys. And to control the tone of the 808, and this is just a jewel. I put auto tune on the 808 to make sure that I make sure that the tone is controlled. You know what I'm saying? So then because sometimes when you go up to the higher octaves, it starts to show like the true tone of the 808, and sometimes it might be flat, sometimes it might be sharp.
Right, I was gonna ask you that
That's
too.
Crazy.
How do you control that?
I don't think I ever heard of anybody using the auto tune on an 808. So Loverman, shout out Loverman. Thanks for joining, man. He wants to know if there's another platform he can find the project. I think it's on Spotify too, right? Or
it's on Spotify, it's on Apple Music.
Okay.
It's on all digital platforms.
Yeah, it's called
we gotta get those links to you guys. We're gonna get those links for you.
And if you want to search for it, it's called Bananas on the Beat, Volume 3.
Word.
Yeah,
indeed. Shout out to J Rome 87 too in the chat. What's good, Rome? See, we got people from DC. We got people from Jersey, New York.
Cali.
We got people from all over Cali.
Yeah, it's all
Peace
over the
place.
Everybody,
man, we lit tonight.
Yes, love.
Yo,
love,
but see now, and I feel like I'm picking your brain now too, because now you dropping gems, auto tune on the 808s. Because my next question really was going to be, because I know from a producer standpoint, to control the lows on the 808 is, to where it's not overwhelming.
I mean, the lows in general. The lows in general is
period. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes the mix can become muddy. Especially when it comes to that low frequency and a bunch of instruments sharing that low frequency, it's hard to balance that out.
Right. And that's something that I learned from you, King. This is something that I learned from you.
I think he asked this question on purpose, man. I don't know, man.
Nah, because you know what?
No. Because I mean, it's a few things that you can. You can use maybe like a gate or something like that to control, like when the kick,
like side chain. I use a lot of side chaining.
Side chaining.
Move it out the way. But King taught me all about reductive or subtractive EQing.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
But to your credit though, I taught you about that as far as mixing vocals. Never thought you would apply that shit to mixing instruments. That's crazy. Because I'm good at mixing vocals. That's my thing. Instruments, not so much. I'll make a beat and won't even mix it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. But let me go on something like TrackLib. I believe it's TrackLib.
Yep.
They got that they have the cleared samples now. They go on something like that and find a sample where the mid range is just screaming. I'm going in there and pulling them frequencies out of there, finding those bad frequencies and pulling them out of there. Or it could be a loop or a drum or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you got a question in the chat too from Loverman. He's saying that sometimes that his 808s sound way too loud compared to others. Would the auto tune fix that?
Nah, the auto tune won't fix it. The auto tune won't fix that.
No.
That sounds like something like, as far as like velocity, Like maybe like sometimes you need to just change the velocity on certain notes of the 808. You know what I
Right.
mean? Maybe you got to bring the velocity down because if you go up octave or down an octave or whatever, it
Instrument
could be
might present
louder.
itself
It
as
could be
louder. Right.
yeah. So you want to maybe use the velocity. I like to use
That's a dope tip.
this
Right.
one another jewel. This is just for me. I use in the Waves bundle. I use the Maserati Fox bundle
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
I
heard
use
of that.
for the
Maseratis as well.
drums. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I love Maserati plugins. They dope.
Yeah, yeah. But I feel like with the 808s, I'll use Maserati because I feel like it controls it overall. You know what I'm saying? It's a compressor, is everything pretty much in one. So
Right. Right.
try the Maserati bundle in Waves and see how that works for you. And also make sure you try the just the velocity.
All
Dope.
right. That's a
Dope
dope
tip.
tip, man. Appreciate it. Hey, love it, man.
Yeah,
I hope
yeah,
that
no doubt.
helps. But
Word.
that sounds like a volume issue more than a auto tune issue. Just remember, auto tune
Right.
corrects pitch. So now I know that you can use it on beats, but I mean it's pretty much the same concept when it comes to the pitch correction, as far as whether it's a beat or a vocal, regardless to
Right.
what, it still corrects the pitch. So how you use
It's just correcting the sound. You
the
know what I'm
sound
saying? The
itself.
audio,
Yeah,
the
Right.
it's
auto
dope.
tune don't know if it's trying to correct a vocal or an instrument. It's just trying to make sure the frequency is in that range. You know what I'm saying? So it
Right.
makes sense.
That's dope.
It definitely makes
Yep.
sense.
That's
Very
dope.
true.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nah, yo, that's an awesome tip. Awesome tip, man. Damn, we could talk about this all night, but I
Yeah,
know we ain't.
man.
I know we ain't got all night. Why? Because we do got another guest.
Yeah,
But yo,
yeah.
let me ask you, what's next for you, man? You got any new projects coming up?
Yeah, actually, my another one of my brothers, man, who, I actually went to high school with his sister. Just a quick backstory. I went to high school with his sister, and years later, last year, she hit me up and she like, Goon, she like, you and my brother should work together. And his name is Frankie Razor. And
Oh yeah, word.
he was on American Idol, and he's done some awesome things in the music industry. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So we're working on his album right now. The first single from the album
And where's
called
he at?
Party. He's in Cali. He's in
Okay,
Cali.
okay. Word,
Yeah,
word.
yeah. So we're getting ready to release his first single, produced by myself, called Party on My Live.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Hey,
Dope,
man.
that's the next step.
Moves, man. I like the moves,
Man,
man.
yeah. This project is different, man. It's different. Just look out for Frankie Razor, Party on My Live, produced by myself.
Now, is there
That's
any
dope.
is there anywhere that people that we could link the people to check you out? Your Instagram is goon_get'em, right?
Yeah, that's
Is
right.
there any other places where people viewing or listening can go see your work or go check you out?
Yeah, definitely. Facebook. On Facebook, it's Antoine, Antwan, last name Baskett, and then go and get them after
Okay.
that. So Facebook, I usually go back and forth between Instagram and Facebook. A lot of my close family and friends, they're on Facebook, so I kind of share, back and forth.
Dope.
That's
Dope.
So
dope.
what else? YouTube. My YouTube is Goon Get 'em. YouTube is doing okay.
Mhm.
I'm still building. So
Shit,
please
we are too, man.
subscribe to my
Subscribe.
YouTube. Word.
I got you. Hey,
Yeah.
yo, Musician Circle family, all the viewers, the listeners, everybody in the chat, man, do us a favor. Go on to Goon's YouTube, subscribe to him. You know what I'm saying? His
I
his
appreciate that.
Facebook, request him.
Yeah, man,
Show some
definitely.
love.
I
You know what
truly
I'm saying?
appreciate that. Definitely.
Absolutely, man, because the music is fire. You won't be disappointed. Hey, G, man.
Man, thank you, man.
My
For real,
man.
man. We appreciate
is
you,
dope.
man, for real.
Absolutely.
Word.
This is
Appreciate
dope.
you. Appreciate you. God bless the brother.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
y'all for having me, man.
We appreciate the
Word.
signs you drop. You know what I'm saying? I look forward to having you back on here. I'm gonna talk to you soon anyway, and I can't wait for the next
no
couple
doubt.
projects. And
Yeah.
And we want to keep, man, welcome to the community, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You,
Any artists in the community, y'all need some production, man. Goon is definitely somebody you want to get on your project.
Yeah, reach out.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
All right, man. This has been dope, man. But we got another guest, man. I gotta let you go, unfortunately, man.
All right, man. It's love, man.
All right, man.
It's love, kid.
Thank y'all for having me, man.
Peace,
most definitely, man.
Absolutely.
All right. Peace.
All right. One love, man.
One.
All right. That's what's up, man. That was dope. Uh-oh. I'm not alive no more.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Okay. Look, Matt already in the he already in the chat.
All right, bet. Oh,
he already in the chat.
Yeah, I just hit him up. He said he's chilling in the waiting room. So now, do we want to do this like we did to Key, where we had him hop on and we kind of go through his thing?
Nah.
Or, okay.
You know why? Because we gotta do the review.
I bet you. All right, so you could wrap it up in like 5 minutes, probably.
Yeah, because you already got the cues already.
All right, let's hop into the hot list then.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, bet. So, all right, let's hop right into it. My guest was MentPlus, out of BK, Brooklyn, New York. Basically, my thoughts behind this pick. He's been somebody that I've been following for a really long time. I first got introduced to his music through my cousin, Insight, who basically puts me on to everything. My man is like a musical genius. He put me on to hip hop in general. So shout out to Insight if he's still on. So I got put on to Mint through him, and so 3 years ago, I actually started going heavy into making beats again. So I took a bit of a hiatus from music in general. And so 3 years ago, I started making beats again, and he was one of the first people that I actually started like following, and just try to see what he's doing, and so he's definitely a big inspiration for me in my musical return and journey. So I and he's just dope, man. He don't need no introduction, man. He's MentPlus. So let's so on this one we are reviewing Royal Spheres, which is his latest release.
Spheres. Right.
If you haven't checked it out, check out the link in the chat. Go cop the vinyl. He got
vinyl.
Yeah, he got 7 inch.
I know his shit real.
I got it right here. I got it right here, man. Ready to go.
That's what's up.
But yeah, go check them out there. We'll leave all the descriptions in the chat and the links and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get into the snippets of his.
Run that.
So these were King K's choices off the Royal Spheres.
Off the Royal Spheres. Yo, I love that glitch,
Yo, he's crazy, man.
That's crazy. And I like that he used the game. Go ahead. I'll wait.
I couldn't do this if I tried, man.
Yo, I don't even know how you thought to do that. And I was playing that in my car. Yo, it sounds way different in the car. You hear all the bass and everything. It's crazy. Yeah, this is my shit. Like this too, right? Yo, I should have put Whirly on there too. That Whirly, that shit is hard. Go ahead.
I told him today,
Chop
man.
mean.
Chop game is next level, man. Next level.
I like the little accents. We gonna get into it. Yeah, this shit's hard. Yo, he is mean with them chops, man. What the game been missing?
Crazy, man. Crazy.
Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful,
What?
beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. Yeah, so I'm just gonna hop right
Yeah,
into
go
it. I
ahead.
don't wanna, because I know he in there waiting, but so the first thing I put down in my notes was nostalgic. You know what I'm saying? Because it's vintage, and those three records don't even give the full picture of the Royal Spheres. You know what I'm saying? The Bay is fire. You got on the course of the whole project, you get vintage boom bap drums, some nice ascending chords. You got like a Jay Dilla feel to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it gave me that MC and DJ feel. Like that's how, you know, us coming up, this was all about the pen game, right? But you couldn't have that pen game until you had that good boom bap. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that. I just wanted to freestyle on, like, I'll say 95% of that shit. I was like, yo, I just literally driving in my car, like, yo, I'm at the red light, like, I turn green. I'm still at the red light. Let me go. You know what I'm saying? Which was dope. I love the bass on this. He got funky bass lines on there too. The mixes, I feel like everything on it was done intentionally. You know what I'm saying? Which is dope when you have the freedom to be able to conjure up those chops like that and put use the sound effects the way he used them and utilize them. So that was dope. Also, that, like I said, to put your quarters up is dope, because what people don't understand, that's arcade sounds from like the 80s. Those are like Mario Brother sounds. You understand me? Like, and he named it "Put Your Quarters Up," but those are like Mario Brother sounds, and he conjured those into chords, and they're just playing off of each other, which is phenomenal, right? Very clever, you know, and he a nice play on the glitches too. Those glitches he putting in there, he sounds like he's a DJ to me.
Yeah.
He's a producer, but he definitely sounds like he's a DJ. My cousin Fresh, Jay Fresco, who was in the chat, he cut all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up watching him cut all the time. So I get that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it definitely got like the 90s New York griminess.
Yeah, he do
feel on
DJ
it.
too. So you hit it right on the head right there.
Yo, it's crazy because you can hear that. Like, that's that DJ and the MC feel. Like, remember when the DJs always had the MC? Eric B. and Rakim, Scott LaRock, and KRS-One. That's that feel. You know what I'm saying? So that's that compliment feel to the MC. That's why I probably wanted to freestyle on all these damn tracks.
Facts.
Also, I feel like let's see, everything's hard hitting, clean mix, analog sound. The sample chops is dope. He got this joint on there called Worldly Yo, and he got the Buster sample, and he got Buster sampled on there. That yo. That was dope. You know, the chords on there nice. The unison of all those instruments fit well together. You know what I'm saying? And I can go into these 10 tracks more, because I'm a real hip hop head. So these is like real hip hop. It's like a breath of fresh air of hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And so, you know, without further ado, we're gonna bring him in and talk to him.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's bring him in.
Shit, we can get him in here.
What's up, y'all? It's Jay Jackson. What's
There
happening?
he is.
Yo.
There he is.
Yo.
The man who
The
needs no
head.
introduction. MentPlus. What up?
What's going on, fellas?
What's
up,
going on, brother?
Yo, thank you.
going on?
Thank you for hopping on and giving us a little bit of your time.
Oh, pause.
Pause. Yeah.
Super pause.
I missed that. Everybody, welcome MentPlus to the MC podcast.
What's going on?
Welcome,
Chilling, man.
Welcome.
We just went over your latest release, Royal Spheres.
Okay.
You know,
Dope,
King
man,
King
dope.
King had a lot of good feedback on it, and Mint, I don't know if you know, but like the dope part about this podcast is that, you know, me and King, like, we go back, but we kind of have different styles. So he's not,
Right.
he won't hear most of the people that I suggest or recommend. So this
Right.
is his first time hearing you. And
Right.
you know, I feel like that's that's kind of the dope part about this show is, you know, the fresh set of ears and the fresh set of feedback on music. You know.
Wow,
And I
thank
feel
you.
like it's long overdue, actually.
Wow, thank
You
you.
know what I'm saying?
I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you, man.
Absolutely, man. Yo,
Thank you.
I was just telling him and the rest of the musician circle, the community in the chat, man, like, yo, that's like that breath of fresh air, you know, in contrast to what you hear nowadays, that vintage hip hop, but it's all intentional, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and you know, from what I grasp from it, it's like, and see Verb over there cheating because he got the vinyl and shit.
Oh yeah, you
Right.
know
He got
it.
the vinyl,
You
so
know it, man.
you can't
So-
be keeping these kind of producer in the stash. Why you gotta let this out, man?
everybody, you know, go check out the links in the chat. I
Right.
linked the Bandcamp in there. If you want your own copy of the vinyl, go cop it. Go support my man.
About 2 copies.
Two,
3
yeah,
copies. Nah, man.
yeah, man.
Yo, show love, man. Go cop that.
So
man,
man,
It's worth it.
let's get into the Q&A thing. So what?
doubt.
So what's the meaning behind Royal Spheres? How the whole idea come about? You know, was it just a bunch of tracks that you put together that you had laying around, or?
Well, it was well, let me get to the meaning first, because that's
Yeah.
kind of a loaded question. But the meaning of Royal Spears is kind of a double entendre. Me talking shit like balls, nigga. Like, check out my beats. You know what I'm saying? Like spheres, like, because different things are like spheres. Records are
Right.
spheres.
Yup,
Mm.
yup.
You know,
360
my paws, my balls. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
the
right.
earth. Like, you heard the intro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
throughout
yeah. It says it on the
it's a
intro.
theme. You know what I mean? So the base of the crown, you know, that goes on your head, you know, on the dome. That's
So it's
that's sphere also. You know,
multi-meaning.
circles, spheres. Like, I went with that theme because you know, above all else, vinyl is king. You know what I'm saying?
fact.
And that's why I'm where I'm at now, because my love of vinyl. You know what I mean?
So can I ask you a question? So
Yeah.
Verb just told me you a DJ also. Like, I picked that up from the rip,
Absolutely.
just hearing it. So what do you scratch on now? What kind of turntables you running with?
Technique 1200s.
The 12. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
1200s.
Yeah, word.
I have a radio. Actually, I have a radio show on Bushwick Radio,
Okay.
online internet radio. I have a show called Open Handed, like
Okay.
smacking you with that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Smacking you with
okay.
that good hip hop.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
word.
saying? Now, what differentiates my show from other hip hop shows, shout out to all the other hip hop shows, is every week I showcase 4 instrumentals by producers that send in tracks or whatever.
Where we send those in at?
You can submit at info.mentplus@gmail.com. So
All right,
Okay.
expect me
Know
to
what
be
I'm saying?
bombing that Gmail.
Yeah.
He about to
Yeah, man.
overload that shit.
yeah, I feature. I just featured. Who did I feature? A couple cats. Like I feature 4 cats every week. 4 different cats every
That's
week.
dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Now is that how can the viewers or the listeners tap into that? Like, is there a URL? Is it on
Yeah. Actually, if you go to, well, because you could hold on, because I have all the information right in front of me.
Oh yeah.
Good
give
thing
it
you
up.
asked. Good
Yeah.
thing you asked.
Yeah, man, plug that, bro. That's the whole point,
But,
man. To the
okay.
listeners.
Now, if you want to check out the show online, you could plug this in: www.neversaynever.com. That's one way. Another way you could check it out, because I'm on multiple streaming services also, like because it's picked up on streaming services, where you could download the app at the Apple Store, the Bushwick Radio app, and look for Open Handed, MentPlus Open Handed radio show. You could also download the app on Google Play, the Bushwick Radio app on Google Play. We're on iHeartRadio, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Deezer, Castbot, Podcast Addict, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. So no, there's no excuse. You could get your weekly fill of hip hop.
So
and I'm not just playing joints. I'm beat juggling. I'm scratching. I'm you know what I'm saying. I'm a tableist too. So I do this.
Oh, so
shout out to Beat
up.
Junkies.
Word.
Shout out to Beat Junkies.
So you could pretty much search for Bushwick Radio on all these apps.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
That's dope,
Absolutely.
bro. That's super dope. Go ahead. And listeners, if you tuning in right now, man, I hope you listening right now. If you're a fan of hip hop, if you're a fan of turntables, DJing, MCing, MentPlus is your guy, man. He's definitely your guy.
Man. Yeah, man. That's why I wanted to
That's
bring him
how
on.
I felt. That's how I felt when I was listening to the joint. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm saying, I told you. Did that whirly yo with the Buster. That's Buster, right?
Yeah. That's Buster.
Yo, 95% of that joint, I probably freestyle to. It gives you that feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, coming up, you know, being a pen guy, because you know I like to pen my shit, like, but I also like the freestyle as well. But those were the beats because before we had YouTube and type beats and all that shit, we had instrumental CDs or tapes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or we had the vinyls. The B side of the vinyls had the instrumental. You know what I'm saying? And this is the kind of beats that we was penning to. So these beats is fire, bro. Like it's breath of fresh air.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So my next question was, you know, this is something that me and King was discussing earlier. But like, so what are your weapons of choice? Like, what are you making your beats on majority of the time? Like, what's your workflow?
Okay. There's really not one weapon. Like I got lots of swords. That's software. Whether it's software or hardware, I use everything, bro.
So basically, when you hit the studio, it's just a matter of which one am
my mood.
But what's your go-to?
You got to go to.
You gotta go to.
Okay, well, Royal Spheres, I made them beats on the MPC 2500.
I called it.
Yeah. You
I made those on the
2500.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was the 25, but I knew it was MP.
The 2500. I made those on the 2500. The new album that's coming in a couple of months, that's a mixture between 2500 and Ableton Live.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm working on another EP now that's MPC Live too, and Koala.
Woo!
Because I'm using Koala app too.
Shout out to the Koala gang who's heavy in the chat tonight, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to
I gotta get
Koala.
on that Koala, man. Why ain't I on this Koala? Yo, I downloaded it though. I downloaded it. Shout out to Koala. I downloaded the other day. I'm still reading tutorials on how to trying to figure out how to work it out. But I'm gonna
the Koala fam is heavy, man.
Yeah. The thing is, once I figured out how to get my own drums on my iPad, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
It was a wrap.
How are you doing that? Are you going through? Because I'm going through Google Drive.
Nah, there's another way, a simpler way.
What's that?
I'm about to give a jewel, y'all.
Uh-oh.
Pull it up.
Get your pen and pad.
I need y'all to go ahead and download this app. It's called. What the hell is this app called? It's Audio Share.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah. But
download Audio Share.
See, man, the problem I was having with Audio Share, right, is like everything got to be local, right? Like all your sounds got to be local.
Nah. Okay, check it out. There's another. I'm about to drop another jewel. Check it out.
You need a bomb, kid.
So cause like I'm here for two reasons. I'm here to inspire, and I'm here to teach the kids. That's all I'm here for.
Talk to them.
I used to be on that battling me. Nah, not anymore. I'm here to inspire. That's what I'm here for.
Love it, man.
Likewise.
Okay, now the jewel I'm about to drop right now is on Audio Share. There's a feature where you can create a closed network where you could openly share files between the app and your desktop computer. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's not secure, but you're the only one that really knows about it. But then you share. It's like a .10.0.00 whatever.
Yeah.
You do that. You go to the website and then you see the folder that you make. Like you make a folder on the app and then the folder pops up and all you gotta do is just slide over the files. Slide over the files.
That's crazy. So
Yep.
so
It's
you
faster than
cut the
Google
time
Drive
in
too.
half.
It's faster.
gotta
It's
be.
faster.
It's gotta be. And you could
Yeah,
preview. You
faster.
could preview the sounds. Too,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's dope. So
Yeah,
you
it's
said
nuts,
the,
bro.
The next EP is actually MPC Live 2 and Koala. Is a mixture of the two.
Yeah, it's a mixture.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a mixture. It's a lot. I did a lot of I tell you the truth, what really put the battery in my back, shouts to DiBiase, man, because
Yeah.
he was telling me about this app. Him and Nimzo, the both of them cats was telling me about the app for a long, long time, right? But I was like, well, I'm sharpening my swords on NPC Live. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing that, and I was getting comfortable with that. Once I got comfortable with that, I wanted to try something else too.
Yeah.
So
DB, I mean DB has been a big proponent of Koala.
Absolutely.
He had a Koala, versus SP kind of beat battle. That he put together. And he's been on the Koala Beatcast. Shout out to Remy. I don't know if Remy you're in the chat, but he's been on the Koala Beatcast with us for a minute too. So he's been a big proponent of Koala.
See, that's dope too. But and that's the thing too, to the viewers and listeners who don't really know what Koala is. It's a beat sampler that you can download to your phone, your iPad. Because I got it right now, and I have an Android, and I still was able to download it. Go check it out, man. Check the IG out, because y'all put me on game. Because now I can make beats on the fly, so that's dope. It's like having an MP on your phone.
To be honest, you're absolutely right. Because when they added that ninja mode, bruh.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you, the workflow is just like the MPC Live too. Crazy. That's crazy. In my opinion, because I have a way of doing things on the MPC Live too. If you everybody in the chat, wherever you at, if you ever see me create on YouTube and you see how quick I do it, it's the same exact workflow on Koala. That's why when I found out about that ninja mode, I was like, it's a wrap.
Yeah, that ninja mode is crazy, man. Because before the ninja mode, they didn't have the time stretching and the ability to chop like you can. So once they added that functionality, oh man, it was crazy. It was off the hook. I mean, I've been making beats in Koala, just as much as I'm in my DAW, pretty much. After that,
I can't wait to. So I mean, I'll be watching these tutorials, so I'm getting to, but I can't wait to join this because it was only $4.99. I downloaded that shit the other day, and I looked at it, I said, this is dope. I can't wait to really dig into that.
Fellas, it's one hell of an investment, bro.
It really is,
man.
Yeah,
it's $5. I mean, come on now.
Because I've been making heat with that, bro.
and everybody who's watching who wants to get into Koala, and even for you, King, the Koala Beatcast is a great, it's a great show where, a lot of the Koala beat makers just come on and make beats and they give their tips. And
word, shouts to Koala Beatcast. They show mad love. Shouts to them. Yo.
I'm trying to get Mint on the show this Wednesday, man. So
word, man. Hey, man, you official too. Let me ask you a question. How'd you come up with your name?
Okay, well, at first it's real easy. I'm a hip hop dude. It started out with graffiti. MENT was the best letters I could do. Once I then I started DJing and producing, and I just added the plus next to it, and that's it.
Oh, there it is.
Simple.
Yeah, that's dope. That's real dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you see this logo that you see right here, like the B-head logo?
Yeah, that's dope.
You see the drum machine that's representing where my mind is?
Right.
That's my very first drum machine.
Oh,
wow.
Was that Roland DR202? That was my
very
first
Roland?
one. Yeah, Roland DR202. Yeah.
That's dope, man. That's dope. So you a straight analog dude then? Like you
absolutely. Well, I don't know, because now I'm in the vein where if you I'm borrowing from DiBiase now, because he said it best. For everything, whether it's hardware or software, you can't get too comfortable because you might get bored and it might stagnate your music. But the thing is, there's cheat codes to everything, bro.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a definite
cheat code
fact.
to everything.
It's
cheat codes to your car. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But
hey, I tell you what, the whole game, it's a cheat code to rap, and the whole game that learned that shit That's why half of these rappers rapping right now, they be copy and pasting shit.
Yeah.
And ain't no originality involved.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But I mean, yeah, you right though. You right.
But
You right.
so that I mean all right. So that's a good segue into my next question. Was how did you get started into beat making and producing?
Oh wow. Wow. Let me see. Well, I was the DJ. You know, I was the DJ at first. I started DJing. I want to say serious. I took DJing serious like high school, so I was in like 95. But then I didn't really start doing it. 98 was when I took it serious. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a DJ now. The beat, but 95 was was when I got my first rolling drum machine though, which is actually that was 98. So 95, I was still using the 12-second Gemini sampler. If you fellas remember that?
Yeah.
I think there was two versions. There was the 8-second one and the 12-second one built into the mixer. Yeah, the Gemini mixer. Yeah, that's so.
That's mad vintage though.
Yeah, bro. Like I started. What it was I started because I was DJing. I was doing all this. I was DJing all this hip hop and playing like house records or whatever.
Right.
I wanted to make my own joints. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, word.
So shouts to I forgot homie name, but he made the original breakbeat records. So and like what I would say, I was just taking the break beats and just having like added them to random samples like 12 seconds or 5 seconds or 8 seconds or whatever. Just make like 5-minute pause tapes and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's how I started.
Dope, man.
With those pause tapes.
So, but it all originated from you DJing and then transitioning into, man, I just want to make my own beats.
Yeah,
at this point.
pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's dope, man.
That's dope. That's dope.
So, I mean, I guess it's a kind of another good segue is, so, like, what are your influences as a producer? Like, whether you back in the day coming up or, even now, like, who are some of, the people that kind of influence your sound?
Well, it's a lot. I have a lot of influences. Even anything can really influence me. Like, even my environment. Like, Like right now, okay, fellas, I'm about to get a little personal.
Nah,
but,
go ahead, man.
Good.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Right now, right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm going through a lot right now. I've had several like unfortunate passings in my family.
Right.
And I'm using that pain to inspire me to create, to get through the pain. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's the epitome of my music. But yeah, man, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? So, but on a positive note, it's the greats, like DJ Spinner, Pete Rock, Dilla.
Pete Rock, Dilla, I told you.
Know what I mean? Like, just, DITC, shouts to DITC, the homies.
Crates. Yeah.
Primo, just, the list goes on, man.
Favorites, man.
Yeah, the list goes on, man. Like,
and you know what? You can hear the influences, right? And it's a dope compliment too, because like it's fluent and like I told Wise, it's a breath of fresh air. Like all the chops is dope. You know what I'm saying? What you're doing with the samples is dope, but it's not only just that, but it's the accents around it. Like quarters up. Put your quarters up. Who the hell can take arcade sounds and do that? Like, how would you even think about doing that?
Well, see, the thing is, I'm not the originator of that. Like, the originator of that was my man, the slap master General DB. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that was just me showing like the influence that he had on me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But just my interpretation.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Without sounding exactly like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but see, that's my first time hearing that in that landscape anyway. So, to me, that was dope. That was new for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm an MC, and I'm an MC for a long time. I don't even want, without giving my age, but we've been in Y2, we've been rapping even when me and him first linked up.
Yeah,
One thing that stood out like to me about him
15 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
One thing
Okay.
that stood out to me about him was his flow was different. You know, it was a rapper's, MC's flow. It was an MC's rhetoric. It was an MC's everything. So, those beats still stand out to me. I hear trap beats now, and I like some of the trap beats. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. Like, what's my favorite trap beat? I like to cha cha. Yeah, that's my shit, yo. Yo. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm like hip hop, b-boyed out, breakdancing,
Right.
graffiti,
Right.
boom bap producer. But yo, that cha cha shit, that's my shit,
hard.
bro. That's
No,
my
that
shit.
shit's hard. And not even just trap beats though either, like, or the new age beats. I still like listen to like those. I like epic hip hop beats too, Ninth Wonder style.
Right.
Jay Dilla, one of my favorite producers. So,
Right.
Yo, these producers stand out to me. Of course, I like the Dre's and the Swiss, and that's great. That goes without saying. But the producers that nobody talk about that much, you know.
That, I mean, and that's kind of what I'm trying to bring to the table too. Like, because like, you know, of course I've heard of you know, DiBiase, and you know, but King may not have heard of that, or you know, the people that's listening or viewing, and I kind of want to bring them into the circle. Like, yo, there's this plethora of dope musicians and dope artists out there that you know, you just need to hear. Like DB, I mean, yo, man, I use a couple of his joints as reference tracks. Like that's how much.
And see, that's dope though, because and that's what the whole, and see, what we're trying to build here is a community, right? So by him bringing you on, I bring Goonie on, and these are y'all two different producers from two totally different sides of the spectrum,
Right.
But in the community, we have artists too that we bring on. So, and the way I was thinking, and when me and YTC discussed was, when you bring an artist in, we bring a producer in. Now we have a network. Now we have artists who are always looking for beats as artists, and we have producers who are always looking for artists. So
True.
Why not have a community where people can share, we can network, we can talk, we can build, you know, we can show support, you know what I'm saying? And follow, subscribe, and just and be positive.
That
you know what I'm
wouldn't
saying?
necessarily come into contact with each other. You know what I'm saying? And bring it all together. So we don't want to hold you on too long, man. But so what do you got going on right now besides you know, the Bushwick Radio joint? So I know you got the YouTube. Is it digital? I forgot. My bad.
Digital Hustler Films.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do flip challenges. So basically, we have a certain amount of time, and it's more like a show and prove, and just like if you get inspiration from it, you get inspiration from it. But you see the creative process of 2 to 3 different producers given the same sample or even different samples, but you see the process of us getting the record, chopping the record, programming our drums. If you have any questions in the chat, we usually answer your questions in the chat, or I tell you what I'm doing as I'm doing it.
It's so,
that's
so dope, man.
So you take them jewels, you go back home, and you do you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
I mean, all the producers in the chat, you guys would love this show, man. You know, speaking from somebody who's watched it, you know, a few times, and you know, every time I got the time, you know, I tune in. You guys would love it, man, just to see the process. Shout out Tatsumaki in the chat. Tats, peace, man. Thanks for joining in. But so you got that. Is there anything else that you got going on right now, like, you know, during the week that people can kind of tune into or tap into?
Well, besides your wonderful show,
appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? Shouts to y'all for having me.
Hey, appreciate it.
Nah, like what I do is I take things as they come along, man. Like, but in the meantime, I'm looking forward to releasing this full length album.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear that.
It's called The Archer's Paradox.
Oh my God.
And
the name is dope. Damn. What the fuck?
Yeah. Okay. The meaning behind the Archer's Paradox is now when dealing with a bow and arrow or archer, right? When the archer releases the arrow, there's a natural curve in physics that you have to deal with. So so if you release the arrow, it never really truly goes straight. Before the archer releases the arrow, he has to deal with the curvature to get that bullseye.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So imagine me, the archer, and I have to deal with that paradox. The paradox is my darts, my arrows, and I have to bend and twist and whatever. So I have to twist twist the listener to where I'm trying to take them.
Hey, yo, why? That's a smart motherfucker.
You know what I mean?
Word up.
There's meaning behind this shit, man.
Fellas, before this shit was killing me. Okay, you remember the records I told you I used to sample the break beats?
Yeah.
Shouts to Breakbeat Lou.
Breakbeat Lou.
Though there were ultimate breaks and beats. Those were his records I used to sample back in the day.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Breakbeat Lou, fella.
Out of BK, he's out of BK or?
No, I think he's from the Bronx.
Oh, okay.
I believe he's from the Bronx. Okay, I opened up for him a few years ago. When I was DJing at Vita in Elizabeth. But that's
men be out here in Jersey too, King.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I see. He just said it. Yeah, that's what's up. Yo, man. I mean, it's love, bro. That's dope, man. To me, and see, I like how how you can explain the meanings behind. See, that to me, that's everything, because that means it's purpose to it. It has identity and character. It ain't just. Oh yeah. It's not blank. It's not you just making a beat just to make it. It has an actual identity.
His was crazy. Like it's my older brother was a big influence on me. Let me tell you, man. Like as far as like getting into the DJ, like he put me on a KRS-One and just everything. Like cause my brother used to my brother used to do security back in the day for the tunnel. Know what I mean? For the listeners. For the listeners, the tunnel used to be like it was crazy back in the day. Like it was, you know what I mean? It was like
it's where you wanted to be when you had a record. That was
you know what I mean? So the stories he used to tell me about, like, it was like hip hop royalty up in that spot. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yep,
like, do you guys remember the Get At Me Dog video?
By DMX? The black and white joint. Yeah,
the black and white joint. My brother was the dude that was on stage preventing everybody to get on stage, that was holding DMX down on stage.
Oh yeah, word.
Know what I mean? The big brawling dude. That was my brother.
Hip hop history right there.
So hip hop runs in the family, man. Like if it wasn't for my brother, I wouldn't even be around these turntables that I am around now. Like because what happened was, like in a late 90s, his best friend, shout out to DJ Eli in Brownsville. He left his turntables at our crib because I guess he was moving or whatever. And me being young and curious, I was like, let me play with these real quick. You know what I'm saying? And I was hooked ever since. You know what I'm saying? I was hooked ever since. Because when you curious about music, man,
you'll learn it.
It's always and it's always the big brother. So for me personally, like you know him, man. It was Insight for me.
True. The homie. Yeah, the best man at my wedding. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Nah, man.
Crazy.
That's dope. For me, it was my cousin Fresh. He was a big turntablist. You know what I'm saying? Heavy with the turntables and the MPC. So he showed me how to use the MPC.
Sure.
I used to sit there and watch him chop up samples and go crazy on the MP2.
It's always the older fam, like you just pick it up, man.
Yep. Word, that's dope, man. See, I love this, man. I be hating that we have to end the show and all that, but you know what I'm saying. Hey, so we already discussed what's next for you, right? So we discussed the platforms that you got going on too.
Right.
So Verb.
There's actually one more platform that I'm on.
Let it rip.
Actually, there's two. There's Session In, where it could be anywhere from 30 to 40 producers get together every Friday night and play their tracks.
All heat, man.
Word.
It's all heat too. It's so crazy.
It's crazy. Man. That's for every Friday night, and then then every Saturday night that there's the Global Beat Cipher.
Yes.
That's world. That's worldwide, and that could be any number of producers from around the world get together.
Yeah, shout out Philip Drummond and
shout out Philip Drummond.
And TFS and Today's Future Sound. I'm slowly creeping into the circle, man. So you gotta keep an eye out, man. You gotta keep an eye out. I'm trying to hop into the Session In. I just haven't had the time, but definitely, man. I kind of want to hop in there too, man.
Yeah, come on down, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
See, that's dope, man. And for the viewers and listeners, man, who tuned in, man, I gotta get up on game, man. It's a lot of hip hop still out here that people ain't aware of, man.
Absolutely,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Exactly.
I'm loving this because I get to, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm tuned in, you know what I'm saying? That's why. And see, YTD put me on game, and you know, I'm a hip hop lover, so like I'll be needing that sometimes because it rejuvenates the ear. They hear like real, true, vintage, beat making, and you know what I'm saying, just hip hop heads like me, you know what I'm saying? So that's dope, man. I love it.
So let me ask y'all fellas a question, man. What was the, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I know between the both of you guys, you've been doing hip hop for, you know, because hip hop is more than just, you know, something you do. It's how we live. You know what I'm saying? So what was that defining moment that it just, like, for it came full circle for you guys? Like, it's how we live. You know what I'm saying?
Like full circle, like,
yeah. Has it come a full circle for you guys yet, or?
I mean, what do you mean by coming full circle, though?
Yeah.
Like, it could be, you know, you rocked a dope show, or you met somebody that you did a crazy joint with, or it could be anything.
Well, for me, so for me, it always come full circle because of the simple fact that, you know, I started out as the artist, like a graffiti artist and all of that, MC, but then I became an engineer, a producer. Now I'm a videographer, so and I'm a graphic designer as well. So it always comes full because I get the best of both worlds. So for me, I would say engineering, because I got to see people come in and do what I was doing all these years, and I was able to guide and help, mentor, and mix and all these things and build with MCs in the studio. So I would say engineering.
I think for me personally, I think it was the comeback to the music. So you know, I don't know, man, if you know, like, so I was doing I was rapping since like 97. All the way up until like 2010, doing my thing. And then, you know, I kind of, you know, I took a hiatus, you know, life kind of stepped in the way. It didn't step in the way, but, you know, I made a conscious decision. But then, you know, 3-4 years ago, you know, there was just something that I felt was missing.
3-4 years ago.
Okay, is that you?
Huh?
Is there echo?
Nah, that's me.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so
my bad.
So
we traveled in time.
Yeah. I was like, wait a second. But yeah, so 3 or 4 years ago, there was something missing, right? There was this kind of I don't know, like a void. This I needed this kind of fulfillment, and I still had all my equipment in the storage. I still had my you know my MIDI keyboard and, you know, on my speakers.
It hurts,
and
bro.
stuff.
I know it hurts.
So,
bro.
you know, I took a step away, man. Then I came back, and then, you know, that's when I think it came full circle, and then I realized, like, you know, this is truly a part of me.
Yeah, man, you back with a vengeance too, man. Salute.
Yes, hey, yo, and I tell you what, too, for him, because like we done did shows together, we done made songs together, we done wrote together, you know what I'm saying? We done collaborated on numerous things. Like I remember, Verb had to hop on the train to come down here from Jersey City and make records.
I was taking over Jersey City for a minute, man. Like, you know, I was going hard. It's just, you know, I think I went too hard. And then also, you know, part of that, you know, not to make it, you know, so much about me, but, you know, I kind of slipped into this lane where I was like, you know, I wanted, instead of making it for the love, I was veering into this lane of, damn, I want to get popping. I want to get on. I want, you know, and, you know, it stopped being about the love of creating and making stuff. And it became more of, what can I do to get on? You know, so that I think that's where my mentality kind of slipped. And, you know, I fell into this other lane that I didn't like. So I had to take a break from it. Then I came back, and then, you know, and then now I'm back in the good mentality where it's like, you know, the YTC, it stands for yours to create. And you know, it just came into this light where I was like, yo, the great thing about this is the creating part. So this world is yours to create, and that's kind of where it came.
And to add on to that too, Verb, man, without cutting you off, to add on to that too, and because it's for me, that lane you said that you fell into, where you felt like you were just doing it to get on. I pride myself on the fact that even though the people around me might have wanted me to get on so bad, because you get that where people around you want you to get on so bad. Sometimes people, for selfish reasons, just to know somebody that got on, to know somebody who did it, but I actually had people in my corner who actually believed in the talent more than, believed in the talent enough for it not to be about that, but more for the craft. And see, I've always been craft driven. You know what I'm saying? Because so many parts of the game can turn you off. If, you see so many things, even now, to the point where so many things, it's discouraging. And now I listen to music, I see music, I hear music, whatever, and it's not even up to par, but it gets played on the radio, right? So that in itself is discouraging enough to be like, to have you feeling like, I was doing it to get on, but if I got to do that to get on, then I don't know if that's really what I want to do.
True.
So I started to feel like the underground was better because that's where the air is at.
But that's where I came from. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was an underground hip hop head. And then when
playing in the coffee shops.
So when I started doing these shows and started to get a little bit of things, it got to my head. And I can say that now as a grown ass man. That's where I was at. Like, it started to get to my head, and I'm like thinking, like, all right, I'm gonna put this out. I'm gonna just follow the wave instead of following
doing what's true to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
the one thing I gotta add to what both of you fellas said though, like the term underground is, I used to use it a lot, but I stopped using it because now with this new age of the internet and this algorithm, it's more of who gets heard and who doesn't, and who has access and who does not have access.
Right.
And these so-called gatekeepers. But we gotta, we gotta navigate around them and be so dope that it's undeniable.
It's undeniable. And you know what? The gatekeepers don't even matter no more.
Nah.
Because a lot of these young guys that are getting on, they got the algorithm, so they're bypassing it. You know what? Yeah. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day about A&Rs, right? A&Rs shouldn't even exist anymore because they don't even do their jobs. A&Rs used to be artist developers.
Yeah.
Who develops artists nowadays? The internet, literally.
Yeah.
Because it's a copy and paste. And see, I pride myself on versatility and being able to navigate music. Period. Like I don't want to be powder my ego or nothing, but I'm pretty dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like I can cover multiple lanes, when it comes to rapping and things like that. But that's because I love music. Some people don't even like music and they rap because it's a bag and
yep. Never let a statue tell you how nice you are, bruh. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Nah, that's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Shouts to Fife, yo.
Yeah,
rest
for real.
in peace.
Fife, yeah,
and then,
rest in peace.
I think the term I feel you on the term underground. I think I just said it because that's how we refer to ourselves.
Oh, yo, that's how we came up.
Yeah,
exactly. No,
that's back in the days, like, oh, you were underground head.
Yeah.
I actually don't really use the term that much anymore. Like, but back in the day, like, for people who didn't come up during that time, we were underground heads.
That's true.
Yeah.
That was a loaded ass question, though, man. Damn.
It was. But
I gotta answer it too now, I guess.
Right.
Well, for me, it was. Oh man, it's. Wow. Okay. Cause I've been grinding for a minute. I stopped beat battling in like 2010, 2011. Like that's when I really stopped. But I kept doing showcases, but it was all good. But when I started battling because over time my style developed. So I started I started making the beats like around 98, but then I started battling, actually coming out the house and going up against other producers back in 2003.
Wow.
Right? So
time in.
And then it was just a grind, like winning some, losing some, learning a lot, networking, and then it got to a point where I got all the way to our standard. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And then me actually going head to head against producers around the country. You know what I'm saying?
Those battles were crazy.
Yeah,
man.
and actually going and actually winning the I standard was crazy. Like going against 300 dudes and like, yo, you that dude out of these 300, you whooping their ass. I'm like, yo, okay, that's what we talk about.
Yeah, word.
And then doing those, like, and grinding, doing a couple of those, winning a couple of those I standard battles, you know what I'm saying? It got me in the door at it got me a private invite to DITC Studios. Shouts to the homies at DITC. And then that's when I met Pete Rock. Which was crazy because like during that like that showcase, you know, it was a producer cipher, and I'm like, yo, as I'm playing because you know as I was playing, Pete wasn't there yet, and I'm playing my joints, and he walks in the room, and then I turn around and I get the nod of acknowledgement. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. This is not happening right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, that tells me keep going. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Now, from that point to now, the only thing that has really changed is I'm not in it to well, success will come when it comes, whether it does or not. Like me, I'm satisfied from where I'm at right now, but like I'm here to inspire, teach the babies, teach the kids, and inspire, teach the kids, and network and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Dope. Use my platform to uplift others. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
And inspire others.
That's kind of where we at too. That was kind of the foundation of this. Was it was like when we came up with our mission statement, it was more like, all right, we want to create a positive platform to uplift. I mean, I think those were the exact verbatim that we said.
Absolutely.
And that's what, you know, that's where this all came about as well.
Now, fellas, I know y'all got me up on here. I know y'all gonna let me play a beat, right?
Yeah, man. Go ahead, bro. Yeah, bro.
Now, I don't want to keep y'all too much time.
No. We got people in the chat. People in the chat, throw some ones if you want to hear a beat, man.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play that Styles P Get High flip though. I'm gonna play that for y'all. You know what I mean?
Shout out to DJ Prominent too. Prom said we create our own algorithm. That's the beauty of this time we live in.
That's dope, man.
Big shouts to the homie DJ Prominent, man. Good dude, man. Yeah. Really good dude.
Right go follow him too, man.
Really good dude. He helped me out with my my camera issues in my studio or whatever. Yeah, man.
But we got a bunch of ones in the chat, man. So it's only right, man. So man, if you want to just take over the audio, Kay, can you share? Is he allowed to share his audio?
Well, let's find out. Let's see.
Yeah. Here we go. Let me see. I think he should be all right. Let
me see. Yep. I think I could do it.
MentPlus Debo in the program right now.
There you go. Boom.
I gotta mute up because I'm doubling up.
Yeah.
Y'all can hear that?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Ice
my
flip of that.
God.
Hey yo,
Oh my God.
hey yo, men out here cheating, Hey yo, you out here cheating,
Yo.
Yeah, man.
Yo.
Nah, that was fire, bro. Damn.
Thanks, bro.
Yo, you twisted that.
I'm
twisted
telling you,
that.
and I left a comment too, man, because I heard it earlier. Yo, the chops, like, I don't even know how you would even begin to chop that
Sling
shit like that.
Blades on Loops.
Yo.
That's the name. Sling Blades on Loops.
Crazy.
That's my name.
Crazy.
Yo, for real, son.
I don't even know.
That's what I'm known for.
Was
That's just,
was that in reverse? Was any of that in reverse, or was
Nah,
that
nah.
all just chops? It was
nah,
crazy,
just all
man.
chops.
Yo,
All
the-
chops.
Yo, that's so,
Yo, the chat,
my bad, I didn't cut you off.
the chat going crazy right
Yeah,
now,
you
man.
got mad
Listen,
flames
listen.
up
Chat
here.
going
Okay,
crazy right
okay.
now, man.
Remember that Pete Rock video for the MPC 2000 XL? The
Damn,
the
going
blue
back,
joint?
I can't remember that.
Okay. All right. So it's on YouTube. Remember when Pete Rock said, "Yo, I take the sample and I just chop it in little pieces. I chop." Then when he chopped that Pat Benatar, I chop it little pieces. Yo,
You got
I
his
took
voice
it.
down.
When Pete said that shit, I took it and ran with it, bruh.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? But then, I got to throw in, like, knowing a little bit of music theory that I picked up along the way.
Yeah.
I'm playing keys now and stuff
Yeah.
like that, because you got to incorporate that. You can't just rely on the samples, too. man.
Nah, because it's still music at the end, so it's still
Yeah.
gotta have a flow to it.
And
Exactly.
that's
But
kind of where my workflow comes in. Like, I love to chop, but then, what I'll end up doing is I'll end up layering a bunch of the other, like, some key, because I play the keys, so that I
Right.
end up layering, keys and synths and pads and stuff on top.
Yeah,
But I
man.
get that original foundation from, a chopped up sample.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And see, that's dope too, because hearing like how y'all workflow and the things. Because when it comes to samples, I don't really like. You know what? I don't have the experience with samples that much because I chop, but I don't go that far with the chops. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I like a lot of horns. I like a lot of keys and chord progressions and stuff too. So whatever I do chop, is like you said, Verb, is follow with those kind of layers on them too. But it's dope to see the intricate things that producers do to get their sound. So
Yeah.
to me that helps me because now when I go back, when I go
Like,
make
yeah,
a beat
hold
now,
on, man said to chop this shit into little pieces.
yeah,
let me see.
Let me the little pieces.
Let me take
see what the fuck I
let me
come
take
up
the
with.
tail end of
and-
this hi hat right here.
I'm gonna tell you this. Now, the funny thing is how life works, right? See how I listened to that Pete Rock back in the day talking about chopping and stuff in little pieces. I don't know who's gonna see this podcast, but I'm gonna inspire somebody who's young and they're gonna be like, "Oh, yo, MentPlus chopped the hell out of that record."
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna go and practice, and I'm gonna be nice, just like what I heard today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And
dope.
that's my purpose to
Yeah.
inspire. That's my
Yeah,
purpose.
man, beautiful. And you know what's crazy too, because when we was talking about Goonie, like y'all both gave us some super fire tips today. Like,
Yeah.
Goonie, he his 808s. He got
Right.
an intricate way he do his 808s because
Yeah.
808s never stay like on the same tone. They build, they collapse.
Yes, they
build,
do.
they collapse.
Shouts to the 808 because I use those too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy too, man, because I asked him because when I heard his beats, I was like, bro, you these 808s sound like you're playing them. So like he played, the keys, in the church. So that's where his inspiration came from.
Yes,
and he playing
yes,
the 808s on the keyboard.
Like they fucking keys,
Crazy,
bro.
crazy.
And then his tip of the day was the auto tune, the 808, so that when they do change pitch, they don't lose their tonality.
Yeah.
Yo, it's crazy. Like, this was a dope episode.
Yeah, man. A
Super
lot of
dope,
those. I
man.
hope you guys watching had pens and pads, man, taking notes, man, because there was a lot of gems dropped.
Absolutely, man. Y'all made this episode fire. Appreciate the love. Like I said, Rose Fairs, man, it's a dope project, man. All around great project. I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, man.
Honestly.
And
stuff.
that's the Archer's Paradox. That's coming. That's
gonna
the
be
next
dope.
one, right?
I know that's going
Yeah,
to
the Archer's Paradox is
Somebody said
the
in the
next-
chat exactly what I don't know. He said there was an actual term for that. I'm trying to scroll up to find it. Why so proud? I think that was you who put the actual term for the Archer's Paradox. Parabola.
Well, that's the term, Archer's Paradox. That's the term.
Well, he said parabola.
Well, yeah, it's known as that too.
He
Yes,
said parabola.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. He said, I think that's the arch of the arrow in flight.
Exactly.
So we gotta,
'Cause
yeah.
that's the actual process of him adjusting the arrow so he can hit the bullseye.
See, that's
You know what I'm
dope.
saying?
Yo, only these terms you're only gonna find this in hip hop. You're not gonna find these terms used anywhere else
Nah.
ever. You know what I'm saying? Like I could see that graffiti on the wall, literally. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna find this nowhere else. That's dope, man.
Word.
Yo, we
Yeah,
can do
man.
this. See, this is our problem that we have, Verb.
What up?
Once we open it up, it's hard to close it.
We just chopping it up, really. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's
man.
it.
Yeah, this is dope. This is real dope.
But
This is
yeah,
super
man.
dope.
So I mean, to wrap it up, the project.
What you want me to play? You want me to play one more beat?
Cause we know you can go all night, man. We know you can go all night.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. I mean,
That's my middle thing right now.
but yeah, man. So be on the lookout for Archer's Paradox. Follow my man
Yeah,
MentPlus
man.
on all the social
Got you.
platforms.
And MentPlus is sociable. He's not Hollywood. He will answer his DM. He's not
a fact.
Hollywood.
Facts,
If you have any
man.
questions, holler at me.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But if you need lessons, I don't know. But I'm 100% approachable because, like
Yeah.
I said, I'm here to inspire and I'm
Right.
here to uplift the craft, man.
Right.
Shouts
Respect,
to
man.
all the homies.
Yeah.
All the homies. You know who you are. Shouts
Right.
all the homies. If you mess with me, I'll mess with you, vice versa. And I got a new family now. I got King and YTC. You know what I mean?
That's a fact, man.
Definitely,
Salute,
You know what I mean?
gang. Salute.
Salute.
Mad love, man. So
Word.
yeah, man, go check out my man MentPlus on all
Got you, man.
the socials, man. Reach out, sociable
Yeah,
dude,
go
man.
cop
Yo,
some of them vinyls, man, on Bandcamp,
Yo.
man. Go cop some of them vinyls.
Yeah, it's Bandcamp Friday right now. I
Yeah.
want all that revenue.
Do
I
it.
need all that
Do it
chicken.
right
You
now.
heard? All that chicken.
Hey, man, you deserve it, too. You deserve it, man. You deserve it.
Yo,
Word up.
MentPlus, thank you again, man, so
Thank you,
much
man.
for coming
Thank
through,
you,
man.
fellas, man. I appreciate y'all.
super appreciative,
It's
man.
nothing but
Really,
love,
though.
man. Word.
Word,
We
word.
appreciate it. We got to let you go now, brother.
All right.
It's been fun, man. I
Yeah.
feel you.
Yeah,
Peace,
man.
peace.
All right,
Peace,
man.
peace. All right, peace.
Yo.
Yo,
Yo,
man.
that was ultra dope.
Sheesh. Yo.
Super dope. You know what I just thought about?
What up?
Yo, and this is something that we would talk in our meetings, but I'm gonna say now, even though we still live, whenever especially producers, because producers be dropping the gems.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we
man.
need a sound effect for that. We need a gem, or something like a bling
Like,
noise, or
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Not no bomb. I was thinking about a bomb, but too many DJs doing bombs and shit. So we need like a gem noise, like a bejeweled noise, like gem alert.
Yeah, no,
You know what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
you. We definitely need that, man. And you know, that's the dope thing about I feel like when we bring on the producers, you know, they have something to say and to drop, you know, for producers who are watching.
Yeah,
which
man.
makes
That
it
shit went long
so
as
dope.
hell.
Yeah, man. Both interview. Well, I mean, Met, he just deboed the show, but you know,
The show. You know what I think though we could do an event instead of letting after we interview the first producer, man, we might as well keep them on
might as well
and let them ride out for the rest of the show.
Yeah, so they could chop it up as well. I mean, this is the cipher that we're trying to create, the musician circle.
And I'm
so.
gonna shout Goonie out for that because that was one of his recommendations, and I thought that was a dope idea. So
I think so too, man.
Yeah, man, that because they have a lot to offer each other as well. So if this is gonna be a community, then that'll be a dope thing for us to do, man. Network everybody together.
Definitely,
And,
man.
Yo, and shout out to the chat, man, because the chat was buzzing, and I appreciate all y'all showing the love
For
and
real.
and just staying tuned, bearing with us, and all of that, man. A lot of love. I like the questions that we was able to give to the producers, and I respect the producers and appreciate the producers for answering them, taking their time out their day, and showing us love as well.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. Another dope show. One of the dopest we had so far. You know, shout out to Goon, shout out to MentPlus for coming on. Two fantastic producers. Please go check that. Excuse me. Please go check them out. Their latest projects. Go check them out on the socials to stay up to date on what they got going on, because you know they're definitely good people, as you heard and saw. Super talented and super dope. Just people in general. So I mean, and that's what we're trying to do. We trying to bring everybody into the circle, you know. And music is that single, you know,
It's the
unifier,
glue,
man.
man.
Yeah, man.
That's a
So
fact. That's a fact.
another
And
dope one.
depends.
Go ahead.
Yo, YT, nah, you hit it right on the head, man. Because not for nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like when you have the versatility, the diversity, I don't get so worried, but the diversity of, you know, those two producers alone covered so much territory musically, right? You know, when you have the vintage from vintage hip hop all the way to gospel or pop or R&B or trap, or like they cover so many different, these two producers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and that's just I think a glimpse of what the musician circle can be. So for people that are viewing it now, you know, we take submissions too. If you have EPs, projects, you email them to official musiciancircle.com at gmail.com, right? Official.
Oh yeah,
official.
there's a couple you know, producers that tapped in tonight that I know I want to bring on. So
yeah, man,
I
can't wait, and,
you know,
and me as well. So, you know, don't be afraid to to hit us on IG, DM us, email us, whatever, man, because you know we listen to everything nowadays. And like I said, he never know what I'm gonna send him. I never know what he's gonna send me. And look what happens. The community is expanding, and we appreciate it. And you know, we love the love that we getting, and we're gonna keep it moving.
Facts. So yeah, man, another dope, great show.
That's a
Ken,
fact.
you know, right? Like, yo, I mean, the guests, you know, each week get better and better. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. Yo,
awesome, man. Appreciate it.
So appreciative of everybody's support. Yeah, man. So, you know, next week we're going back
Until
to
next time, back to the artists.
We're going back to the artists.
I got one for you.
I think I got one too. So next week, so for everybody that's viewing, we go every week is producer, then you know producer artist. So next week we're hopping back into the artists. We're viewing those their latest projects, and it's gonna be another dope one, man. So tune in again next week, same time, same place. Check us out on YouTube too. And you know, for anybody that missed it, you know, we got the replays up there as well.
Yeah, man, and just to before we close out, man, just stay tuned, because as this show progresses, it's gonna get better. We're gonna have more segments that we want to add on later on. So, man, as long as the community keep expanding, it gives us the opportunity to to make it more better as we continue to move along. So, you know, we just want to just keep this moving. So whoever's tuned in today, the viewers is tuned in today, man, come back next week, show love, support, and and we're gonna keep doing it, keep moving forward.
Facts. So yeah, man.
You know
so thank y'all. Did you want to close out? So every show.
Actually, yeah, I got a quote.
I close out with a quote.
Yeah, I got one, and it's real short and straight to the point. And the quote of today is, "The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing," and that's from Walt Disney. You're
facts.
Yeah.
All right, man. So again, thank y'all for tuning in. Next week, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific time. Yo, appreciate y'all, man. Till next time.
One love. Peace.
He never